Good morning, students. I have already completed topic first, and I have also given you the questions and also hints for writing your answers. Today I will start your second topic. I have already completed the first topic, that is the First World War, Khilafat and non-cooperation. It is your first topic. It is your first topic. It is already completed. I have given you the question answers. Now today we will start our second topic, that is differing strands within the movement. In second topic, we will discuss differing strands within movement. Under this topic, we will discuss effect of non-cooperation on economic front, then slowing down of movement, that means non-cooperation movement in towns and cities, then it is rebellion in the countryside. Under this topic, we will discuss movement in Awadh, or you can also tell Audh. Then tribal movement, then Swaraj in plantations. That means in topic 2 we will discuss the differing strands within the movement. Under this topic, we will first discuss effect of non-cooperation on economic front, then slowing down of movement in towns and cities, then rebellion in the countryside. Under this topic, we will discuss movement in Awadh, tribal movement, then Swaraj in plantation. First come to effect of non-cooperation on economic front. The non-cooperation movement, which started in January 1921, it affected badly the economic condition of Britishers. The foreign goods were boycotted and foreign clothes were burnt. The import of foreign cloth halved from around 102 crores to 57 crores. That means it became half. The British trade was trade was that of 102 crores. It became totally half, and it reduced to 57 crores. That means the British trade was badly affected during non-cooperation movement. Previously, the trade was of 102 crores. It became 57 crores. That means it became around half. The import became half. In many places, that means in India, merchants and traders refused to trade in foreign goods or financing foreign trade. That means they started boycotting foreign trade. They refused to trade in foreign goods, or they also refused to finance foreign trade. As the boycott movement spread and people began discarding imported clothes, and they started wearing only Indian clothes, the trade of Britishers became half, and that of Indian trade became double. It became double. As British trade reduced to half, Indian trade became double. So it badly affected the economic front of the Britishers. Your next is slowing down of movement in towns and cities. Slowly, this movement in cities gradually slowed down. And there were mainly two regions responsible for slowing down of movements in towns and cities. Two factors were responsible for that. First one was khadi clothes, because khadi was more expensive than mass produced mill cloth, and poor people could not afford to buy it, so they started boycotting the khadi clothes. It was sorry, it was not that the poor, I have already told that they started boycotting khadi clothes. It was not started boycotting khadi clothes, but they were not in a position to buy khadi clothes, so they started wearing or buying the British clothes or mass produced mill clothes. It was not possible for the poor people to buy khadi clothes because it was too costly, and the British cloths or the mass produced mill cloths was more durable than the khadi cloths. So the poor people again started wearing or buying the mill produced clothes. Another factor was, for the movement to be successful, alternative Indian institutions had to be set up so that they could be used in place of British ones. But these were very slow to come up. That means the Indian students, they boycott the British schools or government schools, but there was no alternative for them. So after a year, they again started trickling back to the British school or government schools, because any alternative schools were not present for them. So these two factors, that means khadi cloths, khadi cloths and Indian institutions, mainly schools or courts, there were no alternative present. The schools were very slow to come up. That means two factors were responsible for slowing down of movements in towns and cities. First one, the khadi cloths. It was costly. It was costly. Khadi cloths were costly and not durable. That means khadi cloths were costly and the khadi cloths were not durable like mass produced mill cloths or the British cloths. So the poor Indians started again purchasing the mill made cloths. So two factors were responsible for slowing down of non-cooperation movement in towns and cities. First was the khadi cloths and the second was the Indian institutions. So these two factors were responsible for slowing down of movements in towns and cities. Next is rebellion in the countryside. Countryside. That means how rebellion spread to countryside. How rebellion spread to countryside. In the first example, we will discuss about the movement in Awadh. The movement in Awadh started under leadership of Baba Ramchandra. In Awadh, the movement started under leadership of Baba Ramchandra. In Awadh, Baba Ramchandra and his followers or the general peasants, they started movement against the jamindars or landlords or talukdars. The jamindars or landlords, they were also known as talukdars. So movement in Awadh started under leadership of Baba Ramchandra against jamindars, landlords or talukdars. Why it started? The movement, that means the peasants demanded reduction of revenue, abolition of begar and social boycott of landlords. The movement in Awadh was against talukdars and landlords who demanded from peasants high rents and variety of other cesses. Peasants had to do begar, and work at landlords' farms without any payment. As tenants had no security of tenure, being regularly evicted so that they could acquire no right over the leased land. So the peasants movement demanded reduction of revenue, abolition of begar and social boycott of landlords. In June 1920, Jawaharlal Nehru, in June 1920, Jawaharlal Nehru visited Awadh. He supported the Awadh movement, and Nehru, Baba Ramchandra and some other people, they established Audh, O-U-D-H, Audh or Awadh Kisan Sabha. Jawaharlal Nehru and Baba Ramchand, they established Awadh Kisan Sabha, and within a month, over 300 branches had been set up in villages around the region. That means it became very popular. In the meantime, non-cooperation movement started, and after that, Awadh movement was integrated with non-cooperation movement when non-cooperation movement started in India. When non-cooperation movement began, the Awadh movement was integrated with non-cooperation movement, but the peasant movement, however, developed in forms that the Congress leadership was unhappy with. As the movement spread, the houses of talukdars and merchants were attacked, bazaars were looted, and grain hoards were taken over. In many places, local leaders told peasants that Gandhiji had declared that no taxes were to be paid and land was to be redistributed among the poor. The name of the Mahatma Gandhi was being invoked to sanction all actions and aspirations. That means the movement became violent. The movement became violent. The तालुकदार्स एंड जमींदार्स वेयर अटैक्ड. तो किसी भी स्थिति में नॉन कोऑपरेशन मूवमेंट वायोलेंट नहीं होना था और ये मूवमेंट वायोलेंट हो गया. सो दैट मीन्स द मूवमेंट बिकेम वायोलेंट. दैट मीन्स इट बिकेम अनसक्सेसफुल. So the movement became unsuccessful in Awadh. That means the movement became violent in Awadh. The next movement is the tribal movement. The tribal movement. Its leader was, it was started in Gudem hills of Andhra Pradesh, under leadership of Gudem hills of Andhra Pradesh, under leadership of Alluri Sitaram Raju. Its leader was Alluri Sitaram. The tribal movement started in Gudem hills of Andhra Pradesh under leadership of Alluri Sitaram Raju. This movement was against forest laws, which you have already read in class 9. This movement was totally against the forest laws, because here, as in forest regions, the colonial government had closed large forest areas, preventing people from entering the forest to graze their cattle or to collect fuel, wood, and fruits. This enraged the hill people. Not only their livelihoods affected, but they felt that traditional rights were being denied. That means their traditional rights were denied, and the British government was also forced them to do begar. So they started movement under leadership of Alluri Sitaram Raju. They applied guerrilla warfare. This movement also became violent. So the Congress was also not satisfied with this this movement. So this movement became violent, and the police arrested Sitaram Raju in 1924. He was arrested in 1924 and became a folk hero. In this way, this movement also became unsuccessful. In the next class, I will start Swaraj in plantations. Thank you.